try to look as like not fat as I possibly can. Yeah, May is here, so pretty stoked about it. Although it's kind of off to a slow start, but you know, we can get into all that. But I wanted to unbox, not necessarily, unbag parts for the May build. Yeah, Ripper. This is the old school Ripper 10-0. Kind of a more modern shape, I guess. A little kick in the nose, kind of radical concave. I think everybody's familiar with the classic Ripper graphic. It's been hanging on the wall over there for a couple of weeks, and I was kind of deciding whether I wanted to build out that alien workshop, and then that slasher kind of came into the mix when I got those stage 4s. There was a lot going on there, and I still couldn't wrap my head around either one of those. Even though I have the small wheels for the workshop and I have those Thunder trucks, which I think will fit really nicely on it, I'm still wondering, you know, how does that all come together? And as I was kind of sitting there looking at all of them, this one spoke to me the most as kind of what made the most sense, you know, because I did want to get a set of the Dragon Formula Rat Bones, which I got. So yeah, I might as well start unpacking this stuff. This is from Mike Schwartz at Skate One. How about that? Doesn't just come from a random corporation. Mike Schwartz acted or created the label. I don't know. It's not technically an unboxing. It's unbagging, as it were. There's multiple bags. Please let it be a... Oh, it's a Ripper sticker. I thought it was going to be a Andy Anderson sticker, but it's not. I was hoping. Actually, that just seems like it's a card. Maybe it's just card stock, but maybe it's a sticker. I'll mess with it in a little bit. Bagging slip. Prepaid. Nothing out of the ordinary there. And what looks like a UPS or a U-line bag. All right. See if everything's in here. So I'm trying to keep this build inside of the Skate One ecosystem. That's everything out there. So yeah, I'm going to go with a 1/2-inch rise on this one, just because the wheels are 60mm, and because these trucks, the Mini logo, copped these a couple of weeks ago. That's the Mini logo 875s. That's the raw and with the black hanger. Really like the way these looked when I picked up a set of them to put on that Vallely that I have, and they ended up on that Vallely. I had them on something else to start, but yeah, I don't know. I just like that setup. I like the paint. I like the way the truck turns. I still have my video, kind of a series, I guess, Mini logo experiment, and I'm trying to film some other stuff for that. Still putting those trucks through the kind of wear and tear of regular skating. Ride them pretty frequently, actually. I have them on one set, the raw 875s on my Skull and Sword, and then I have the other set, the black hanger set on my Vallely, like I mentioned, and I ride that a couple of times a month, hopefully. So yeah, they're going through the paces, and I'd like to drop a continuation of that Mini logo experiment video sometime in the summer. But here's another set to add to it. I'm pretty sold on them, like I said, for the price, for the way the truck turns, the value, and the actual experience of them has been pretty good so far. And I gotta hand it to Mini logo and Skate One for making a decent truck at an affordable price. But longevity sake, we'll see what they do, and that's the bigger part of that. But I'm digressing away from building this board. So yeah, I picked up the Mini logo. They're militant about their quality. Obviously, that's a 1/2 inch rise right there. Because like I said, the truck is very low, and the POW Dragon Formula rat bones, the 60s that I'm going to put on there are the larger wheel. So I definitely wanted the bigger rise for these. Yeah, these look pretty good. I'm hearing a lot of good things. Know a couple of people that ride them, and they've had nothing but positive things to say about them. Mostly concerned with how they're going to grip, cornering and stuff like that through transition. I'm not really a big power slide person. I mean, nobody that I ride with or skate with is really a power slide person. Not anybody who just goes out there to do power slides, but whatever. So yeah, I'm looking forward to dropping these on there. I think it's going to fit the setup pretty well. Gonna switch it up with the bushings. I know that I talked very positively about the existing bushing and the Mini logo, but I got some Bones mediums I'm gonna put in there just to see how it goes. It's more for my own personal experience, just to try and a little something different. I do like that bottom bushing a whole lot. Like I said, these things actually rebound really well. They play. The pivot cup is really quiet. It's something I've talked about before. So it'll just be a quick experiment. Maybe I'll mix and match. Maybe I'll leave that bottom in there and put a top in from the Bones bushings. But I might just put both of them in there and just rock it that way. We'll see. A lot of options. I have yet to decide, you know. Eventually, like I said, they all speak to me and they all kind of tell me what I should be doing, and maybe that'll be what I should be doing. Mini logo hardware, pretty simple, 1.5 inch. I'm all about that because of the 1/2 inch riser. I've done Mini logo hardware before in some of my other builds, and I'm really happy with the way it works out. Like I said, in what was it, the indie hardware, some of those have been coming loose lately. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just me not maintaining my equipment well, but it could be something to it. So I'm curious to see how these will stand up and if they stay in place, which I haven't had any problems with any of these yet. And I'm looking forward to continuing that fact, not having any problems. Going outside of my regular bearing choices, which I've done the last couple of times in some of the builds that I've gotten. The Ken Park build, I went with the Indy Blacks. Picked up a set of the Mini logo bushing, or I'm sorry, bearings. Balling on a budget here, basically. I could put reds in something like this. This is an extra set of 1/2 inch risers because I've been having problems finding these anywhere, so I picked up an extra set. I'm gonna put these on that Roscop just to raise that up a little bit. But I've been having like thoughts about going outside of what I wanted to do with bearings, and considering I wanted to put this together all in the kind of Skate 1 ecosystem, I thought about reds. I've got reds in other stuff that I've built and never had any complaints. They're always good. They're fast, you know. They're fairly durable in my experiences, but you know, why not put some Mini logos in here? Make it all POW from tip to tail. Mini logo bearings, Mini logo hardware, Bones bushings, Mini logo risers, Mini logo trucks, and of course the POW Dragon Rat Bones all together on the Ripper. Got a choice of rails too. Got these red ones. I don't know exactly if that's the kind of money I like, but I also have a white set too, so it gets me out of kind of that, I don't know, basic black feel. It gives me a little bit of a choice, something to think about. The white actually looks kind of good, but I really won't know until I start putting them on. You know, it's going to be interesting. Oh, Mini logo grip tape too. It's actually sitting over there. Didn't have it out. It's flattening right now, so it's easy to go And I picked this up too. It's kind of interesting. Grip tape roller. I've been looking for one of these actually, and I happened upon it on Amazon for $9.99 shipped, and I was just like, dude, I'm gonna buy it. See how it works. Looks like it's got an actual skate wheel on it, maybe a little 56 or something like that. So that's replaceable and reusable. Seems fairly well built. The handle is kind of aggressive though. It's like something you might see on like a Walmart bicycle, stars and whatever else on it. But yeah, this should make getting out air bubbles. And if I ever figure out how to put stickers on any of my skateboards, I can use this to smooth out the stickers so I can raise up my game in several different spots. So yeah, there's that too. Nah, but this is looking like it's potentially got some fire to it. You know, it's just a little smoke right now, just a little bit, you know, but there's a breeze picking up, and that breeze might just ignite some of the coals here, cause some things to spread around, light some things up, burn some things down. So I'm getting excited. I'm starting to feel like that little bit of connection here. Starting to feel like maybe we're in the right place and we're going in the right direction. So yeah, probably next video I'll take these apart, mess with the bushings a little bit, see how they fit together. Maybe I'll grip the top sheet, do something, kind of put it together in parts and work it out. So to start back, May is going to be the month of the Ripper. And this was a tough one too. Even after I decided, they had that, Powell had that whole debacle. I don't know if anybody scoped out the reissuing of the Bones Brigade boards this year, but man, it was kind of a disaster from the standpoint of how they handled that. I mean, maybe it was just the shops. I got an email from Old Skull saying, yeah, they were going live at a particular time. And I wasn't even into it because I'm not, like, none of that stuff really interests me. I'm not a big Tony Hawk guy. I don't really like Lance Mountain at all. Cab, most of his boards, you know, that colorway wasn't that cool. Rodney Mullen, I don't know why you would buy a freestyle board, maybe to hang it on a wall or something like that. And plus Rodney Mullen's a bit of he's a strange fellow. Tommy Guerrero, yeah, I understand. That board actually did look pretty cool. I could see that one as being something I might want to pick up, but yeah, I randomly got the email. I was actually eating my lunch at work and it said, oh, they're live on the site at this particular time, tune in. So I jumped on the site, everything was up there at that time and available, and I thought, well, what should maybe I'll just buy one just to see what happens, you know. And I added the Guerrero to my cart, got to the point of like getting ready to pay, and then the whole thing just went haywire. And it said that the product that I was trying to buy was no longer in stock, and I refreshed and whatever else, and I was just like, man, that's weird. I guess it's a good thing because I really didn't want it anyway, but I was just doing it just to do it for some reason. It got caught in my mind. I was making probably a bad choice, you know. But anyway, I then like checked on Instagram, and I guess everybody that posted or anybody who said anything on Instagram was like, yeah, the same stuff happened to me, man. It was a real drag. I really wanted to get in on it. And I kind of felt bad for people who were really hyped on it because they didn't really get what they wanted. They definitely were bummed out by it. Me, not so much, but still, like, you know, you want to get something and you can't access it, but you have that like faint glimmer of hope when you actually get it in your cart and stuff. But so weird. But I guess it happens pretty frequently. The way that I was understanding everybody talking about it, it happens pretty frequently. Like how pre-sales always jump off really quickly and everybody buys the stuff, and then unfortunately, I guess bots purchase it. It ends up on eBay, and people then have to go overpay to get it, which is kind of a bummer. But whatever. The whole PAL thing is, you know, it's kind of a lame scene, honestly, especially the pro team, the Bones Brigade stuff. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me. Santa Cruz was killing it at that time for me anyway. They had everything that I really enjoyed, you know, and it was definitely a little bit more, had a harder edge to it, you know. The other dudes kind of seemed like, I don't know, I don't want to say anything bad about what they were doing, but yeah, sure, you know, I'm sure Pal's radical. And I'm sitting here with a ripper, which, you know, but it's not a pro board. It's still, you know, classic graphic, ECJ, all that stuff. But yeah, that was kind of a bummer. So that kind of injected a little bit of, you know, maybe some negativity into this process. But now, you know, seeing everything all together, all the parts here, I think it's actually going to turn out pretty well, you know. And I think this is going to be a board that I'm going to look forward to riding, especially, you know, if it does turn out as cool as I think it's going to be. It's going to be smooth. So yeah, just wanted to fill you guys in a little bit on the purchase of the parts, fill you in on the whole Skate One ecosystem deal. Here it is. I think this is the way going forward for sure. Certain things I'm obviously going to build with kind of a hodgepodge of parts, because there's companies that I like, boards that I purchased that don't manufacture trucks or wheels or anything like that. They're just off on their own. So, but whenever possible, I try to build things with all the parts that they create and recommend. So, yeah, and this one I think is going to be sick. Got a little decision making to do, a little waiting. I'll try to come back with another video before Memorial Day, before the actual date of the build, and, you know, further the experience a little bit. Hopefully we'll get to skate. Skated a little bit last Sunday. I took a slam though, man. I got my bell rung. It's been a long time since I fell and hit my head. Usually I have some, like, I'm conscious of what I'm doing, and I'm able to kind of like get off and, you know, run out or slide out if I have to. But yeah, I fell backwards just and it's something dumb too, trying to get speed, like pump carving through the flat, and my back wheel kicked out too far forward on my front truck, and the angle of the turn was bad. I kicked out and just fell right onto the back of my head. So I was a little bit out of it all week, man. I was like not there, you know. But I could wear a helmet. Maybe. Probably not. I mean, a helmet does offer like all the protection a middle-aged mediocre skater like myself would need to kind of put me on a plane for better longevity. But I'm not super concerned about longevity. I feel like if I'm gonna, injuries will stop me from doing what I'm gonna do, then that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? When I snowboarded, I felt like, well, the thing that was going to stop me from snowboarding would be like an avalanche. Like that felt like the natural way to go, you know. Which is kind of a crazy, morbid idea. But especially the majority of my time snowboarding in the East, nobody dies from avalanches snowboarding in the East. But that, when I was in Colorado or whatever, the possibility was there. But yeah, I feel like injuries is what'll take me out if I pad up and have all this safety equipment on. You know, maybe I'll continue to do something that I'm not supposed to be doing because I put all these management tools in place to kind of minimize risk. So, yeah, something I got to think about, I suppose. But, you know, maybe I just don't try as hard. Maybe I become more of a subpar. Of course, I don't know how that is, how that would work out. Being mediocre is probably, you know, that's the bar I've set for myself. Anyway, yeah, looking forward to building this one out. Stoked on all of the parts that I got. I really think it's going to turn out good. It doesn't look like it in the packaging, you know, but once these wheels are on there, once the trucks are on there, yeah, I think it should take shape really nicely. So I'm looking forward to building it. And I'm looking forward to rolling my grip tape on with this grip tape roller. How cool is that, man? Who would have thought? Somebody, it's like, hey man, we're gonna make these, we're gonna mass manufacture them. Seems like it's built. Oh, I can take the, oh, look at that. I didn't know that. I wonder what size that is. You think that's 7/8? I can get my own custom grip on there, dude. Maybe use one of my old motorcycle handle grips. What about mushroom grips? Anybody have mushroom grips on their bicycle? Get a custom mushroom grip and drop it on here, dude. That'd be sick. Alright, well, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm gonna try to shred tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get some, gonna go early too. So hopefully the place will be empty when I get there and I can get clip or two if I can warm up in an adequate amount of time and be able to get loose and skate some. And I don't fall and, you know, scramble my brains again. But right on. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It's nice to catch up, nice to kind of spread the word about what's going on. And hopefully this thing will turn out rocking. All right, peace.